All right, today we start Proverbs chapter 23. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. So when you sit down with the ruler, be careful what's put before you. If you're a man given to appetite, put a knife to your throat. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. What is God saying here? Be careful what you're eating. And it might not, God might not be, is not just referring to food here. He's also referring to words that are being said today in our political society. Be careful when you sit down. Really, they're probably going to say what you want to hear in order to get what they need out of it. And then you end up voting for them or putting them in power, and they end up killing you. Maybe not physically, but maybe financially. Maybe stress on your life that you didn't have before, burdens that you never had before. Be careful. And so, in putting a throat to your own knife, to your own throat, say, hey, um, don't, don't cut your own. Don't consider what you say, so you don't so you don't cut your own self off. Is what God's saying. Because if we don't consider carefully what's happening, we can inadvertently do things, and then we really have no one to blame but ourselves. Don't be the person that cuts your own throat. Don't do that. Use your brain, ask questions, and carefully consider what they're putting before you. Is it poison to you? Remember, it might not in this day and age. Back then, in ancient days, it was dinner and could be food and that. But in today's day and age, poison could be in what they say they're going to do, but they really don't do what they're going to do. And rulers could be political, could be your boss, could be anybody who has power over you. Consider carefully what I have to say before agreeing to anyone or going, I'm going to put my support behind you, because otherwise you could be putting your knife to your own throat. You don't want to do that. Verse 4, do not overwork to be rich, because of your understanding. Cease. Will you set your eyes on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly like an eagle toward heaven. God says, don't overwork to be rich. Man, if all your aim is to become rich, now rich in lots of things. First of all, let's talk about money. Once you get to a certain point, you're like, well, I can get more, I can get more, I can get more. And if you do that, all you're going to be doing is doing that. And you're going to lose family. You're going to lose relationships. You're going to lose things in life that create the quality of life. Money is not everything. It's about the quality of life. Now, with that being said, you can be rich in other things, rich in influence. People overwork to make a persona online or with people in town, and to have a certain status in town. Here's the deal: the only status matters with what your status is with Jesus Christ. And let him lift you up. When you lift yourself up, here's what happens: fame, fortune, they flee away. What is it? People call it the 15 minutes of fame, baby. It flees away. And when you get to heaven one day, you can point to all the things you did. God won't going to care about a thing. He's going to know, well, do you have a relationship with me, and have you done his will? And his will is to share his gospel with as many people as possible. That's the only thing that's going to matter to God at the end. Okay, it's the only thing that's going to matter. And if you overwork to do all those other things and forget about the things of God, forget about doing things of God, forget about supporting the church, giving, serving, doing things for the Lord, and saying, Lord, you really are spending time with God. You overwork, then you stop spending time with God. You, when he says here, and if you read the verse here, it says, cease with an exclamation point. Cease, cease. All right, you're working for the wrong things that are going to fly away. When you get to heaven, you won't be able to stand on any of those things. They're not going to be with you to support you. God, look what I brought. Oh, I didn't bring anything with me. The only thing you bring with you is souls. The only thing you bring with you is what you've done to advance the gospel of the Lord. That's what God's going to remember, and that's what God's going to reward, and that's the only thing that counts at the end. All right. Well, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you on Sunday. Hope you have a great Labor Day weekend. And remember, Jesus loves you. I love you, and you're absolutely awesome.